I have to say I'm very, very excited about my next guest on the show. On the 11th of September 2001, the United States faced one of the deadliest terror attacks in history, coordinated hijackings of four commercial airplanes targeting the World Trade Center in New York, the Pentagon near Washington, D.C., and a failed attempt that ended in Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 people perished that day, including passengers, first responders, and civilians, while thousands more were injured. The attack shocked the world, reshaped global security policies, and left an enduring impact on American society. We all remember where we were that day and when we heard that news. Well, my next guest knows firsthand. Hans Kunnen is now a retired Australian economist from Sydney and was in the World Trade Center Marriott Hotel at the foot of the Twin Towers at a conference when the terrifying chaos began. And he joins me now. Hans, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leah.
I've been so very much been looking forward to speaking with you today, so I thank you for your time. We'll go back to the day, and firstly, why were you there at the Marriott?
I was attending an economics conference, believe it or not. Some pretty heavy hitters. The president's economic advisor was there. Some members of the Fed were there, and we were at a breakfast session in the ballroom of the Marriott Hotel, which, as you said, sits right between the two towers. So I was at a conference for an economics conference. Might sound boring to your listeners, but
No.
I was loving it.
Lovely. So you're there, you're listening to speakers, I gather, you're having your breakfast. And then what was the first sign, Hans, that something was going on?
Well, it was the rumble, explosion, the sound of the lights in the ballroom shaking, the table shaking. It was as if somebody had punched the side of the building, and we didn't know what was going on, but to me it felt like an earthquake. I know you guys know about earthquakes. What was that? It was an earthquake.
Yeah.
And everybody most people got up and screamed and ran out the building.
So do you remember, did you hear the sound of engines? I don't know if you would have. No, you didn't hear that. No,
it was a long way up in the air.
Yeah.
It was just a dull thud, like a distant explosion that shook the tower and the entire building, the entire centre.
What was the initial thing that everyone did? You said some people were screaming. Did staff say it's okay, stay where you are? Were you told to leave?
No, at that stage, you might recall back in the 90s, there was a lot of military activity against America around the globe. Army bases were being attacked, embassies were being attacked, and they were on edge. And the World Trade Center had been attacked before. So they were already on edge. And then when this happened, I imagine they thought it was a terror attack. I thought it was a earthquake or an explosion of a generator.
Yeah. Being from Australia, you're like, well, it's okay. And then so you're there. Some people start to move out. Do you move out of what's the next move for you?
Yeah. Look, I certainly wasn't in the screaming panic mode because there were no flames, there was no smoke, but the building was shaking. So yes, I headed out with the speaker and another gentleman who was on my table. We moved out into the foyer. We weren't allowed outside. I tried to go upstairs and finish packing. I tried. The staff wouldn't let me upstairs. So, it's very tense. You're in the foyer of a nice hotel. The alarms are now sounding, but we're all just milling around in the reception, like hundreds of us.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, as we're waiting there, a lady comes in and she is screaming her head off. She's pleading for help and she's on fire. I mean, honestly, you're standing there with a few hundred people and people are coming in on fire. They're smouldering. They're screaming. They're coming in from the outside, and it sort of cut the atmosphere like a knife. We couldn't see outside. We didn't have a clue what was going on. And this poor lady, the particular one I saw, it collapsed, and folk ran across to
Oh
assist
my
her. And
gosh.
the tension just builds and builds.
Okay, so now you're realizing it is something big. Something big is going on. People have come in on fire. I gather there's confusion all around. And are they
Yeah.
still did you fear for your safety at this stage, Hans? Or what was you
No,
thinking?
no, not at
No,
all. Not at
no,
all. I was shocked by what I'd seen in terms of, you know, you don't see people burning every
no,
day.
no.
And we couldn't see outside, and it was too dangerous to go out the main doors. So they said, look, you've got to go to the far end of the hotel, furthest away from the tower, and go out that door. And as I was standing at the door, then things started to unfold. There were cars on fire. There was rubble in the street, and the air was just filled with burning paper. And there was nobody in the street.
Wow.
The day before, it was taxis and buses and cars. Today,
Yeah,
it was just rubble, burning cars, and burning paper. And they said, look, just get out. Put your hands over your head. Do not look up, and bolt across the road. And then you still don't know what's going on. It's
yeah.
just a mess. What created this? I didn't know.
And where were they telling you to bolt to? Just run away from the building? Is that? I mean,
Yeah, just get away.
just get
Just get
away.
away. Just get away. And so I ran across the road,
Oh,
60, 70, maybe 100 metres, and then turned around and looked up and saw the smoke billowing from the North Tower. And then you wonder, well, what caused that?
yeah,
Because we didn't know. Is it a fire? The fireys are here. I guess they'll go up and put it out. Uh, you
yeah.
know,
So still
you
at
have no
this stage,
information.
yeah, still at this stage, Hans, you could see now that you're looking up the tower, you could see the smoke billowing out of it, but you still don't. Your mind doesn't go straight to a plane has gone in because you don't know
No,
that.
not at all.
Yeah,
Not at all.
yeah.
Not at all.
You thought
Um,
maybe what a bomb had gone off to cause that. I
no,
gather
a
still didn't.
generator.
Yeah,
Yeah, who knows? Somebody done something stupid up there.
yeah,
My mind just didn't work that quickly to put the
sure.
pieces together.
And where were you? Where? So you run away and you're standing back and looking at it. Did you take shelter? Were you in another? Were you in a shop or a
No,
cafe or just on the street?
no, no, just a park. There's a little
Oh my
park sort
gosh.
of across the way,
Yeah.
an alleyway, and a lady from the conference rushed up to me and said, "Oh, are you with the conference?" I said, "Yeah," because I had my badge on. "Oh, you've got to go over to the emergency meeting place.
Oh,
Go over to the river."
okay.
Now, I'd never been to New York before. I didn't know
Oh,
where the river was.
oh gosh. So you
Like, oh,
okay?
help
Point
me
me
here.
into the yeah.
You know,
S- hey, at this
the
stage,
Hudson is
Hans.
the Hudson is 200 metres
Oh,
away.
it was quite a
Where
way
Tom
away.
Hanks landed the plane. You know,
At this stage, Hans, were there people? You said before that there weren't people in the street. There was just like burning cars and paper.
rubble,
When
paper. Yeah.
rubble. When did you see people come out of the buildings? Did that happen while you were there?
Yes, they were coming out of our. I didn't see people coming out of the North Tower, to be honest. But our attention was taken away by the fact that behind us there was a low-flying plane, and
Oh,
you think, well, what's that doing there? This is 10 minutes maybe after the first one hit. We're standing around in the foyer, then we go out, and then you look up, and then you think, oh, what do I do? But in that time, all of a sudden you're standing there and you can hear a plane, and you look around and it's flying low, and you wonder, what on earth's the plane doing there? And it just kept coming,
oh
and
my God.
it was the noise of the plane. It was accelerating. When you see it on TV these days, they tend to do it in slow motion. It was like a rocket. It was so fast, so loud, and then of course it hit the South Tower, and the noise and the screams and the flames and the smoke. It was terrifying. And again, your mind has to try and work out what happened. And then all the bits start, then it starts, oh my gosh, this is bad. This is awful.
So you see the plane hit the tower, and of course then, like you said, your mind is now realising what the heck, the gravitas of all of this.
Yeah.
And, we saw the pictures, obviously, Hans. We were like the world that was glued to our TV.
Yeah.
So we'll never know actually being there, the smells, the sights. And we saw horror of people trying to escape. Did you witness that?